Hello there everybody and welcome back to Harvest Moon's Sunshine Islands. It is now spring day 29. I played quite a bit off screen, but nothing happened. I didn't get any more sunstones and didn't run into any super cool events. No one new moved in. I was kind of just finishing up all the routine stuff as we made our way into summer, which is only a short day and a bit away. Today is the Spring Crop Festival, so we're gonna need to go to the meadow with a turnip in order to be able to participate. Felicia came on the 28th just as a reminder to let us know that the festival was coming up and which crop to bring, but I didn't feel the need to show that just because this has been marked on our calendar all month. The crop festival always takes place on the 29th in spring, summer, and fall, and you have all month to plan and to see which crop it is that you need. And the crops are cycled on a 5-year cycle, so the first year theme for spring, for example, is turnips, obviously, but we're not going to see turnips again until year 6. So it is important to pay attention to what crop you're going to need in each season because it changes every season and it also changes every single year. Luckily, Felicia is going easy on us in the beginning, and she's gonna pick crops that we already have access to and crops that are fairly easy to grow, but as the years go on, it will get more difficult. So as you can see here, I have one plot of turnips left. I've managed to grow and pick everything else and ship them, all my potatoes and the rest of my turnips. And I wanted to keep those turnips in the ground as long as I possibly could, just so that they were of the best quality and also the freshest to hopefully assure us a win at today's festival. The crop festival, I would say, is probably the easiest festival to win, and it's probably going to be your best shot at getting wonderfuls in your first year in the game. I know I've talked a little bit about wonderfuls here and there, but I haven't really done a comprehensive video or a tutorial or anything like that. And we also accidentally skipped over Charlie's wonderful tutorial when we talked to him at the store. I will do a more extensive and comprehensive sort of tutorial on it when I have more material to work with. We were given a wonderful piece from participating in the horse festival, which you gather from festivals that you participate in but do not win. You can take those to Charlie and make yourself a wonderful as well. So there's multiple ways to get wonderfuls, but the festivals are probably the easiest thing to do. There are 7 different colors of wonderfuls, so it's always kind of a worry on what color you're gonna get because you actually do have a lot of options. A 1 in 7 chance that you're gonna get the wonderful that you want, and to make matters worse, the wonderful that you get from a festival is sort of chance. I mean, it's based not only on the weather but also on the day of the week, if you can figure that out. Again, I think that this game made a lot of really complicated things that they didn't need to make so complicated. And it certainly does make this game quite challenging because I find that there are some colors that are very much more useful than others. So we're just gonna have to see. I have no idea what wonderful that we are going to be getting. I do believe that it is based on the weather 2 or 3 days after the festival for some reason, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, seeing as how the weather for the day that you're playing is determined 6 to 7 days in advance. It's a lot to wrap your head around. And Wonderfuls are basically how we upgrade our tools. I may have already mentioned that, but if I haven't or we have forgotten, that's why they're really important. It allows our tools to be more effective, which is going to be really important as we continue on in the game. We don't want to just continue going about our lives watering one square at a time or chopping down one branch at a time or leaving all of those big rocks on our property. We want to be able to take care of all of those things. I went ahead and just did all of my foraging and whatnot ahead of time, so we don't waste too much time in the day, because as soon as we leave the festival and we're finished, it's gonna go forward and we're gonna lose all those daylight hours. Now, the crop festival is probably the only festival that I can think of where you can actually come and go as you please, which is really nice. Most festivals either don't allow you to leave or it will kind of cancel the festival if you try to leave. But this is nice because if you go to the festival and you actually forgot the crop that you were going to enter, you can go back to your house and you can grab it and you can come back and you can still take part in the festival, which is really, really nice without having to reload your save. But I have what I need. So I'll do my part by socializing here. We'll just chat with the people that are here so that I don't have to go and talk to them later. Oh, Julia's got a purple heart. I didn't notice that. Maybe that happened overnight. Well, that's good. I better impress her and enter a really nice crop. So this turnip should do. It's an A quality turnip, and I find that A quality will always land me a win. Obviously, if you have an S quality crop, that's even better, but I can't remember a time when I've lost with an A quality crop of any kind, which is nice. I would say if you have anything lower than A, you're probably going to get second or third place. But because you can get wonderful pieces from taking part in festivals, you can always enter your crop anyways, even if you're not sure you're gonna win. But I'm pretty sure we have this one in the bag. I'm ready to finally win a festival. I have the nicest turnip in all the land. I think it's a little weird that you don't run against anybody who's living in town. I guess technically no one else really owns a farm. It's just me, but it would be nice to actually run against people who are from the village rather than just sort of color swapped NPCs. But anyways, I win, so in your face. I truly did have the best turnip. And she'll also tell us the theme for the summer crop festival ahead of time, which I guess is sort of nice, but not really necessary since we have the entire month to plan it out. And we're gonna have to bring her a tomato next time. So that is tragic. That is the worst case scenario, is the purple wonderful. Oh, I am so disappointed. Oh man. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I shouldn't be too much of a Debbie Downer. It's not like the purple wonderful isn't useful. It will give you more gold when you're using a tool, which is nice. You can get gold simply by chopping down trees or smashing boulders or using your hoe or your sickle or your watering can or whatever. All these colored wonderfuls can go on any tool that has tool slots. But the unfortunate thing about this, and the reason that getting a purple wonderful is actually not good, is because the purple wonderful is the only color that you can make using the wonderful pieces. Getting 7 wonderful pieces is not difficult to do if you consistently place 2nd or 3rd place in festivals. So by the end of the game, if you keep these wonderful pieces and you turn them into Charlie, you're going to end up with 5 or 6 or 7 of these. The purple wonderful is the easiest one to come across, and that's why I'm really, really disappointed. But hey, this is lifting my mood. We're gonna get a sunstone. So this is just a cutscene where Taro pulls the sunstone out of the shipping container. And this can be really confusing because he doesn't provide any context or reason behind him doing this, and you might think like, why am I getting a sunstone? This is really confusing. That's cutscene will take place every time you ship 100 crops of a particular kind. So 100 crops in springtime, summertime, fall, and also 100 tree fruits and rice, I do believe, as well. So you can see that we just barely managed to make that, because that was pretty much the last of my crops that I was going to turn into the shipping box. And that's really nice because now I don't have to wait a whole year to work on getting this sunstone, which is nice. I do have a couple of extra crops in my bag right now that I could have used to up those numbers if needed, but I'm keeping these to give them to Nick and Halia at the diner and the cafe in order to start unlocking some recipes. So I'm feeling a little lazy. I don't think I'm actually gonna like give out gifts, but I will go and talk to everybody. I'll talk to Taro just to get the weather prediction. It's going to drizzle tomorrow, which doesn't really help me, seeing as how I'm not really planting any more crops. They would all die. I have to wait until summer. So I think I've hovered over these before at Chen's shop, but you can see that he has 3 wonderfuls for sale. And these are all pretty useful depending on what you're using them on, and I would like to buy all of these at some point, but we're sort of at the point in the game right now, like I said, where we don't just want to spend money frivolously. Wow, I cannot say that word. I shouldn't try to be so high class. Willy-nilly, we'll just say that. We don't want to spend our money willy-nilly. I want to have enough money for crops in the summertime. I have the required amount of lumber to be able to build the chicken coop as well, so we want to put our money towards that so we can finally get ourselves some animals, which would be great. I could also invest in the fishing rod. I don't want to, but I think that might be a good investment coming up soon. And I think that's pretty much everybody. There's so many other things I want to talk about. I have to kind of keep a list so I don't forget what topics I want to cover. But because there's only a day left in spring, I want to kind of wait until I have more content to really start talking about other things. Because the first day of summer, we should be able to buy what we need from Chen's, because it's not a Friday, so he won't be closed, which is really nice. Be able to get a head start on growing some crops. Hopefully we can get Gannon to build a chicken coop for us soon. I'm gonna go back to my house, and I guess we can take a look at our end of month assets. I like to do this every couple of videos, just look at where it is that we've made some good progress. So you can see that we've got a total of 9 sunstones right now. We still need a couple more in order to get the 12 that I want for my next island. We have a lot of money. We actually have $20,000, which is great. That gives us the necessary funds to buy what we need for the farm, and also probably a few little extra things as well. We have 156 pieces of lumber, which is perfect for our coop, which required 150 pieces. You can see that we made a lot of money, and we did not a lot of spending when you actually look at how much we made, which is great. It means we're not going to be totally broke and poor going into summer. And we can start looking at making some bigger purchases as well. Slowly but surely, just working on the friendship of our horse at 2 hearts. He should be giving us a sunstone, which will be really nice. We managed to ship 100 crops this season, which I think is quite an accomplishment. We were just a turnip powerhouse. I just planted as pretty much as many turnips as I could. Potatoes are worth more, but they take longer to grow. And I was able to get turnips every 3 or 4 days, which was really nice. Our friendships are also starting to take shape. You can see that there are some villagers here who have 2 hearts. So some of the villagers we've been giving gifts to and making friends with a little bit faster than others. Oh, and I lied. I didn't go talk to everybody because I did not talk to everybody on the Mystic Islands. Well, I guess I should go do that. Make this video even longer for those of you who like long videos. I feel like I talked a lot in this video, and I don't even remember what it was that I all talked about. This is why you shouldn't record videos when you're really tired. But like I said, I sort of just have to keep a list of content that I need to elaborate on and things that I need to talk about. And we've got lots of time. We're only done our first season of the year. Alright, that's it. I didn't want to forget about those guys just because they're new. And I want to make sure that they trust me enough for me to give them gifts once I get more gift-giving options. And there's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff to show off in the summertime as well. And I'm looking forward to that. So that is it for me, guys. Hopefully this video wasn't too all over the place. I know the wonderful system is a little complicated, and I haven't elaborated on it just yet, but I will in time. And I'm not going to let you guys miss out on anything. When we get to summer, I'm going to be showing you all the cool stuff that happens when the season changes, and we're going to be able to do a whole bunch of really new, exciting stuff in case the monotony of spring has kind of gotten to you guys and it's like boring. Luckily, the seasons always bring us something new to do, which is always really exciting. So I will most likely see you guys on summer day 1. Hope you've enjoyed our first month of Harvest Moon Sunshine Islands, and I hope that you will join me next time.